Good afternoon, Year 3. Mr. Martin here with Friday afternoon's Wonder Lessons. So we are nearly at the end of the week, and once again, I know I say this at the start of every video, but we are so impressed with your commitment to your learning from home, okay? Continue to be great. Keep being kind to your parents and adults at home. It's a really tricky situation for everybody, but we're all in this together, okay? And we're doing really well. So our RE lesson today, our religion that we're focusing on in Year 3, as you can see in the middle of my map here, we are focusing on the religion of Hinduism. And I was having a look before I made these slides. We've actually covered quite a lot of Hinduism, but it's a really big religion. Okay, there's lots of different aspects to it, and we're going to go a bit more in depth over the next few weeks. So to start with, I thought that we would just have a bit of a rewind to the concepts that we have already covered. So let's take a look. I've got some of them covered because I want you to try and remember them at home. So we know that Hindus believe in gods and goddesses, okay, like most religions, but they believe in one main god over the rest of them. Can you remember what they are called? Fantastic. Hopefully you said Brahma, okay? So Brahma was the main god, but they did believe and worship other gods such as people like Ganesh and Lakshmi, and there were lots and lots of others. And we also know that the creation story Brahma and the lotus flower comes from the main god Brahma. Another word for god that the Hindus used was a deity, okay? A deity. Well done if you got that one at home. We also looked at a story to do with Hinduism around about October, November time. It was a story of a couple called Rama and Sita, and we did lots of work on this. We storyboarded it, mapped it out, and we did a art-based lesson on the festival that comes from this story. So I wonder if you can remember what the Hindu festival is called where the Rama and Sita story comes from. Festival of Light. Well done if you said Diwali, okay, or Diwali. And that's the Festival of Light that happens around October, November time. And if you rewind and remember, we created our own Rangoli patterns, which the Hindus used to celebrate Diwali, okay? Big bright colors. We use colored rice to stick onto our patterns, but you can use things like sand and flour as well. We've also looked at symbols in Hinduism. You did this in your RE lessons with Mrs. Bostock, Mrs. Weston, and Mr. Holden. So we've got symbols such as the Om symbol, okay? And that is the symbol of the Hindu universe, and it shows creativity and creation. Now, this one down here, originated, means where did Hinduism start? We know that Hinduism started in an area of northern India called the Indus Valley, okay? Indus Valley. And we mapped that out on our map. So it's in Asia, the continent of Asia. We know our continents, and it's towards the north of the country of India. Okay, well done if you got that one at home, doing really well. This one then. Hindus believe that life is what? Pretty tricky word, this one, so I will help you. Hindus believe that life is something called cyclical. Now, cyclical means that it goes round in a big circle. So they believe that you are born, you live your life, then unfortunately you come to the end and you die. They believe you are reincarnated and you come back, and it keeps going round and round in one big circle. So it's cyclical, which means in a circle. And we know that Hindus are very religious and they pray quite often. They pray at home, or they go to their place of worship. And we're going to do a bit of work on this today. So can you remember what the Hindus' place of worship is called? I'll give you a clue. It starts with an M. Okay, well done if you said mandir. Okay, so Hindus go to a mandir to pray to their gods, and this is what we are going to be looking at today. So I'm just going to switch my screen to this one, and let's have a look at our mandir. So this is a very grand mandir from Asia. Okay, I think it's in Singapore. And this is what some of them can look like. Obviously, not all of them are going to be as detailed or as grand as this, but they do have lots of great architecture on the outside, and they're very, very like respectful buildings. A Hindu temple or mandir has different parts, and each part inside has different meanings. So we're going to take a bit of a look inside a mandir now. We touched on this a little bit, but we're going to go a bit more in depth, and you guys are going to have a go at drawing your own. So they don't all look the same inside, but some things are very similar. They have some similarities. The similarities are that they have very, very tall ceilings, and they have some artwork or designs that have been there for years and years and years on top, and they're usually dedicated to gods or goddesses or stories that are famous to that religion, okay? And inside, we have some features. Now, these features will be found in most mandirs, and they are really, really important, and they all have a reason. So I'll let you just pause the video and have a look through these first three, and then we will talk through them in a minute. Okay, so as you can see, the first one, if we start down the bottom here, we have a main shrine. Now, a shrine is sort of the place inside the mandir where you would go to worship. And it is usually a shrine to somebody. You're praying or worshiping to somebody. So they would often have a big picture or a statue of one of the gods, and that is where they would go to worship. It's usually at the heart of the temple, mandirs. As you walk in, before you get to the main shrine, there'll be a shoe rack, okay? So Hindus like to take their shoes off, or they have to take their shoes off before they go inside, and this is as a sign of respect and for cleanliness, okay? So they all do that, and they put them on a shoe rack. Inside, you'll see lots of these little statues, and they're called murtis, okay? There's all the different gods and goddesses. Here we have Ganesh, who's half human, half elephant, as you can see. And they worship to them as well. These are smaller statues, whereas on the main shrine, there would be one big statue of one of the gods or goddesses. Right, let's have a look. Here we've got the Om symbol that we talked about as well, and we know that it's also a sound, okay, where the Hindus make when they're worshipping, they go Om. We have the holy text, which the Hindus' holy text is called the Vedas. And it's very, very special, and it's been around for thousands and thousands of years, and we're going to look at this in depth more next week. So if you already know some information about the Vedas, make sure you save that for next week. And finally, every mandir will have a bell inside it. And this is what the Hindus ring to show that their worship is about to start. So they'll ring the bell, and then everyone will go to worship. So we've got 6 really, really important features from inside our mandir, okay, our Hindu mandir. We can also, or Hindus, who sometimes worship from home as well, okay? And they make offerings to gods, and they can do that at home. Here we have some diva lamps, okay? So little candles that come from our story of Rama and Sita, and they would be placed around the main shrine, or if you've got a little shrine inside your house, you would have these around there. So here we have found about mandirs, but I'm now going to try and share with you a video of a little boy talking us through his experience of a mandir, okay, and his day-to-day life. So I'm going to share that with you. It's about 3 or 4 minutes long, but I would like you to watch it because it's a really nice video. And then we will have a look at today's tasks. So I think I need to share computer sound as well. Do that. 4 minutes, but I would like you to watch it, please.
Hinduism is over 4,000 years old. It's made up of lots of different Indian religious traditions and practices. We worship God at home every day.
Absolutely love that statue of him.
We believe in one true God, Brahman, who has millions of qualities. These qualities are represented by millions of different gods and goddesses. Their sacred images are called murtis. When we visit them, we believe we're meeting with God. There are lots of murtis at the mandir. A mandir is a Hindu place of worship. Vraj is going to show us around.
When I come to the mandir to worship God, I walk in and ring the bell to awaken God. And then I go to the gods and bow down to them, and I ask for something, or I would thank them for something good that's happened.
We believe in one God who exists in everything. To help us understand, names, images, and qualities are given to millions of gods and goddesses.
You say that there's only one because gods are gods, but they've got different qualities, which makes people say that there's loads of gods. For example, if there's a whole bunch of flowers, we would say they're one, or because a flower is a flower, and all of them are called flowers, but there's different qualities for them because they're different colors and they smell different. So the same applying with God.
We often choose one God to worship. This God might have the qualities that a person admires or needs in their life. Or it might be the God that a family has worshipped for generations.
The God that me and my family worship is Shiv, and we worship him because he's really special to us and he's the creator of this world. And when I've seen how many people he's helped, I've been happy.
Shiv, also known as Shiva, is one of the gods responsible for creation. I visit God at the mandir. It's home to lots of different gods and goddesses. They each have a quality and an image to help us relate to them. For example, if I wanted strength, I might go to the monkey god, Hanuman, or if I wanted intelligence, I'd pray to Ganesh, the elephant god. We worship God by performing a ritual called Aarti.
At Aarti ceremony, I always feel close to God because we're focusing, we close our eyes, we sing.
Aarti is performed every morning and evening. It can be done at the mandir by a priest or by us at home at our shrine. Murtis are the sacred images we use to represent God. The murtis at the mandir are very decorative, but the one that we use at home is much simpler. Both are as important.
It's just like God, and that's why we should take care of it. We should treat it the same way. To worship him, I bathe him and I put some markings on him. During my exams or busy times, the shrine would help me by it would actually get my brain working and focus on my exams. Coming to the shrine makes me calm and gives me peace as well.
Okay, so if I click off that and do that, and go back to fantastic. Hopefully you enjoyed that. It's a really informative little video of a young Hindu boy who talks us through his experiences of going to a mandir. So that brings us to our task, or your task for this afternoon's lesson. On my screen, I have a image of the inside of a mandir, but it's just one that I've taken off the internet. It's not the most creative or decorative one like that little boy was talking about inside his. Your first task is I would like you to draw in your book under today's date and the title of religious education. I would like you to draw something similar to this, what the inside of a mandir looks like. You will see, once you've done that, be as creative as you can with that. I would like colors if possible, and I would like all the detail that we've got on here. You will see that we've got 6 boxes that are left to be labeled, and the 6 phrases or words that are to go in those boxes are at the top. So I have spoken about all 6 of these, and the little boy did in the video. So what I would like you to do is I would like you to label on your image the inside of a mandir, Where is the Vedas? What is a Vedas? Label it. Where's the main shrine? Where's the Murti? Where's the bell? Where's the shoe rack? And where's the Om? Now remember, Om is one of our religious Hindu symbols. So once you've drawn it and you've labeled where all 6 of these are, I would like you to write me one sentence for each one. So I want you to tell me what a Vedas is and why it is important to Hinduism, what a main shrine is, why is it important to Hinduism, and so on and so on and so on. They don't need to be long sentences, but I need to know what is the feature and why is it important that Hindus have this inside their mandis. So, drawing an image of the inside of a mandir. If you want to go back and watch the video, you can always rewind this one, or you can search for another one. This is a very basic outline of one. I would like you to label the 6 features, and then I would like a short sentence for each of them, explaining what they are and why they're important to Hindus. Good luck. Make sure you send them over on Portfolio, please, so we can give you some brilliant feedback. I think we're going to be really, really good at this. Just a little fast forward to next week's lesson. Next week's lesson, now we've done a bit of a rewind, we're going to focus more on this concept, the Vedas, okay, the Hindu Vedas. So have a good weekend, and we'll see you all next week. Thank you. Goodbye.